By Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. All right, y'all. Von Miller says he talks to OBJ almost every week and that, quote, I think I know where he's going to be at, referring to the Bills. Von also says Odell would be taking official visits with the Giants, Saints, and Bucks. OBJ also linked to the Rams, obviously, and the Packers. Shannon, how sure are you that he's still going to end up back with the Rams?
I'm not sure OBJ is sure where he's going to end up. Obviously, the Rams would need him because the second receiver that they paid a lot of money to, Allen Robinson, has not played particularly well, has not lived up to the expectations. And I'm not so sure they're giving him an opportunity to live up to those expectations. But for whatever reasons, it's not going according to plan the first month of the season. Green Bay could use him. That's really cold. He had an opportunity to go to Green Bay last year. Play alongside Devontae Adams, be the number 2 receiver.
He did.
He chose to go to the Rams. I don't think the Giants, I understand the homecoming and Giants, yada, 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 but, man, Daniel Jones, Skip, I don't care. If you're a receiver, you play a dependent position, and, yeah, winning is important to you, but, Skip, I want to contribute. I want to play. I want someone that can get me the ball, that can throw me the ball. Tampa would be Tampa has nice weather. You're probably going to be the third option with Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. You'll probably be the third option, according to how soon you can get caught up to speed. Hell, Kansas City would be a good option. Playing with my homeboy. Hell, you can go in right now and be the number 2 option behind Kelsey. So for me, Skip, look, I really and truly do not know. I don't think OBJ knows. I just know that he wants to be healthy when he gets there. He wants to be able to make a contribution and someone that can get now, all with the exception of Giants. Look at the quarterback situation in Buffalo, set. Quarterback situation in Kansas City, set. Quarterback situation in the Rams, although he's not playing particularly well, is set. Tampa, set. Green Bay, set. So 5 of the 6 locations, Skip, that he could possibly go, the quarterback situation, you can't get any better. I just think the thing is, Skip, he just wants to be healthy. I don't believe honestly, Skip, I don't believe OBJ knows where he wants to go. I think if somebody had if the Rams had $8 million, say, oh, come on, we got $8 million for you right now. I believe he goes to the Rams. But I don't think the money is going to be that in any of the locations that he's looking at right now. I don't think $8 million as far as base salary. Now, you might get $8 million with incentives, Skip play time, catches, yards, touchdowns, winning in the postseason, getting to and winning the Super Bowl. You could probably get up to $8 million. But just $8 million base salary coming off that serious of an injury, I don't see that happening, Skip. So obviously, Odell is looking to get Allen Robinson money. He's like, hell, I can do that. I can catch 9 balls in 4 games.
Absolutely.
for $15 million a year.
Yep.
But I just don't think he's going to get that kind of money, Skip, coming off that injury. But he has some great landing spots. I think the Rams probably have a slight lead, but it's dwindling because they're playing bad.
You got it. So here we go again. Another day, another Odell story about another team, Buffalo. And before this is all over, Dallas will be in the mix and Kansas City will be in the mix. And
Odell think he in college, going to recruiting business.
That's exactly my point. Von Miller said, and I quote, he's going on tour now. He's getting recruited. And Von says he doesn't have any problem with that. You should go around, see the league, and get the love, said Von Miller of Odell. That he's still on something of a Super Bowl tour, and yet he's back in college, as you said, even though he obviously grew up in Johnstown and New Orleans, so it was always pretty clear he was just going right up the road to Baton Rouge. But he did get recruited, and I think he is loving getting recruited again, even though he is coming off his second complete repair of that ACL. It's pretty scary. And at some point, you can go get the love, but at some future point, all these teams are going to say, Odell, we got to see you run a little bit, right?
Yeah, can you still play?
We need you to come out and catch a few and show us, can you cut? Can you move? Can you run? When you get toward 30, man, then, as you well know, and then you've had 2 ACL repairs, you've had, 4 or 5 different surgeries.
Well, he had when he broke his ankle, his leg or something. He had the hernia surgery.
He's had a bunch of surgeries. Well, all of a sudden, it's going to start to break down. But he is beloved around the league, and one day it's Aaron Rodgers saying, I was shocked to hear that. I didn't know Aaron and Odell were close. And he said, we're close, and we keep in touch, and obviously he would like to see him there. Well, you and I have not only discounted that, we've dismissed it because I don't see Odell living a part of the year, half the year, whatever it is, where your brother played up in Green Bay.
Well, hell, we might as well count Buffalo out too then.
Well, you could say that.
Buffalo get cold, Skip. You done been up there.
I have been up there. I've been in for playoff games in Buffalo. It is very cold. It's Chicago cold, and it's not Odell's cup of whatever.
Yeah.
It's just a cup of hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Because the situation is perfect in Buffalo, and that's what Vaughn is trying to say, that he's a veteran, he understands how teams are built and where he would fit. Now, Vaughn says, I know where he's going to fit best. Well, is that L.A., or is he trying to angle toward Buffalo?
Right.
Well, the beauty of Buffalo for Odell at this stage is what he had with the Rams. It's Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is really good and has serious rapport with that young quarterback.
Yes.
When in doubt, Josh Allen looks for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Well, that's the perfect scenario for Odell, who to me is no longer a 1, but he is a good 2 or a 3, however you position it, because Cooper Kupp had statistically the greatest year any receivers ever had.
Yep.
And it took Odell a while for the last 8 games of the regular season to find his way. But once the playoffs started and the intensifying of the defense on Cooper Kupp, they're just saying, let's put 3 people on him. Let's put 4 people. Let's swing the whole defense to try to take Cooper Kupp away, because Matt Stafford, when in doubt, he's looking for that guy.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp down there somewhere.
So he's down there somewhere. I'll just throw it in his vicinity, and he'll probably go track it down. Well, all of a sudden, we get to the Super Bowl, and the coverage is so swung to Cooper Kupp that Odell's single covered. Well, yeah, he can still do that.
Yeah.
And he was killing Cincinnati in the Super Bowl before, unfortunately, it was like an unforced error. It's a non-contact. I don't know what happened, but when that happens, it's like, I'm sorry, that's just not meant to be.
Right.
When you tear your ACL just running across the football field, nobody hits you, and you're not even in a jeopardy position.
Right.
Okay? So the point is, would he fit in Buffalo schematically and roster-wise with Stephon? Yes, he would. That would be really good for him.
I mean, they got nice pieces. Gabe Davis, remember that monster game that he had against Kansas City?
Did he?
Isaiah McKenzie is playing really well. The slot
and
receiver.
He can really catch it.
Yeah, he can really catch it. They got nice tight end and Dawson Knox.
Yep.
So they got pieces. They need running backs. Their running backs is not giving them what I thought they would. They put it on the ground entirely too much, and they're not doing a good job. I would give up my first-round pick and ask, could I get Saquon from the Giants at the trade deadline? That's what I would do. I think Saquon would be better for the Bills than Odell. But
I buy that.
But Skip, look, Green Bay. The thing is, if you're a receiver, you're Odell. Green Bay, Buffalo, Kansas City, Tampa, the Rams, Giants. You got 6 teams.
Okay, but where Odell is smart enough not to go is Green Bay, and I'm not even talking about the weather. It's just too much pressure, because he would walk in the door and Packer Nation would proclaim him the savior of our offense, because he's better than Lazard is, I think, or that's at least they would think he is.
Yes.
And if Aaron loves him, Aaron would be more Odell-centric, and he would start trying to make him something of a Devontae, and I'm not sure Odell can live up to that.
But I think Dobbs is going to be really good.
I do
he's
too.
Growing. I mean, look, the drop notwithstanding, and he's had, but Skip, I think he's going to be really good.
I got to tell you, he plays strong.
Yeah, I mean, he can run the tree. He got great hands. I mean, that drop. I mean, the ball caught that. I mean, he'll learn going to the ground. He'll put both hands so the ground doesn't call it to pop out with one of them.
And allow me to say, my team took somebody in the 3rd round out of South Alabama who's failed to show yet, and Dobbs went in the 4th round, and I'm saying, boy, we could use Dobbs right now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So it's going to be interesting, Skip. Like you said, he's touring. Yeah, man. Oh, you come in, and this is where I see you fitting. You know, you can do this, and we can do that with you. I mean, he got five top quarterbacks angling to get him. So,
and
I don't know.
Our friend Lil Wayne, I know I was talking to him as Odell was trying to come to a decision after Cleveland just flat out just cut him and let him go pick where he wanted to go. That was almost like a parting gift for him. Odell had talked to Lil Wayne and said, hey, I'm leaning toward New Orleans. They're both from New Orleans, obviously, and not that Wayne's the biggest Saints fan because he's a Packer fan, but he was left with the impression, but it's how Odell, Odell, whoever he talks to, he's going to try to tell them what they want to hear, because he's a pleaser, and he wanted to please Wayne by saying, yeah, I'm leaning toward
There you go. First of all, go to New Orleans for what? Because it's your hometown. Look at the quarterback situation.
Trevor Siemian.
Trevor Siemian, Taysom Hill. Come on, man. Odell wasn't going there.
And Michael Thomas is not there at that point last year, so you'd have to walk in the door as the number one, right?
At this juncture of your career, Skip, you want to go somewhere where a proven quarterback, someone that can get you the ball. You've already had your struggles in Cleveland. You had 2 years of struggles in Cleveland. The last thing that you want to do is go somewhere else and struggle, because then people are really going to say, it's you. You go 2 different locations, Skip, and the results are still the same. You're not doing what they thought you were going to do when they brought you there. They're going to start to blame you. So you better go somewhere now. And he showed look, I can play. I still can play. I just need opportunity. I need someone that can play the position and get me the ball. I think he proved in that short time that he was here in L.A. that he can still play at a high level. The question that I have, how healthy is that knee going to be the end of this month, moving into November? How healthy is he going to be, Skip? Can he go out there, plant, cut, do all those things necessary for him to be a top-flight receiver? Because that's what you got to do. You can play some positions, Skip. You can come back a little sooner on an ACL. Receiver is not one of them, because it's too much planting, cutting, starting that you're going to have to do.
Well, for the next 3 weeks, he'll be on a love tour, right? He's going to get the love, feel the love, get recruited. He'll enjoy it. He's earned it to this point. And then at some point, it's going to be push the money to the middle time. Can you do it?
Your best guess, where did he end up?
He's got a home in Beverly Hills. So, again, Cooper Kupp is still going strong, and there's a glaring need. So it seems like it's just meant to be that he would wind up back in L.A.
He looked good at KC.
Yeah?
Yeah, he looked good in KC.
Okay. Gets cold there, too.
My homeboy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine my homeboy getting him that rock, throwing his sidearm jump passes?
You know what?
Behind his back?
Odell was born to play in New York or L.A., and he ain't going back to Daniel Jones. He just not.
No.
He just not.
No.
I'm sorry. It sounds good, and he would enjoy the scenery, just being in the Big Apple again. But